But you know, sweetest friends, by our holy rabbis, by the holy masters, Purim was like so high, you know, like, you know, there's a law on Purim is kol hapoishet yad nosim lo. Maybe during the rest of the year, if you see a poor man, I can maybe pass him by. So listen, I just gave. On Purim, every poor man who's holding out his hand, you have to give. Just got to. How can you not? So all the rabbis would say, doesn't God do the same thing? On Purim, when you hold out your hand, he has to give to you. We know stories, you know, thousands of Chassidic stories, that some Chassidim would walk up to the Rebbe and say, Rebbe, you know, give me this. On Purim, got to say yes, you know. Everything is yes. I want you to know something else, which is also very special. There is good and there's evil. And on a very high level, there's yes and there is no. Sometimes no is not evil. But because there is evil in the world, there has to be also no sometimes. Imagine if there would be no evil in the world. The word no would not exist, right? On Purim, there is no such a thing as no. I come up to the Rabbi Shem and I say, listen, tell me secrets you never told before. He has to say yes. You know? How can you say no? Everything is yes. I want to tell you something very deep. It says, the Megillah ends, V'doiver sholem l'chol zareh. And he says, how to translate, or whatever it is translated in your head. But it says, V'doiver sholem l'chol zareh, and it speaks peace to all his children, to all his generations to come. I'll tell you something, you know, let's say, Baruch Shem, God bless me with little baby, holiest thing in the world. Okay, I always dreaded, I always hated. You know what I hate most? When I have to say no to my baby. It's so hard. Why should I say no to her? You know? Okay, I try not to say no. I try to tell her, like, for instance, she wants to do this. I know it's not good for her. So I don't tell her no, but I say, you know something, I'll show you something better, you know? I try to avoid the word no. Try to avoid it. But you know something, imagine if everything would be yes, how much our children would love us. And you know why we turn them off from Yiddishkeit, from the Rabbeinu Shalom? Because we don't know how to teach them the word no. It's a very holy teaching, right? But you know what happens on Purim? Everything is yes. V'doiver sholem l'chol zareh. Everything is yes. Imagine someone asks me, am I permitted to eat ham? I say, yes, you're not permitted. See, I don't say, no, you're not permitted. Because on Purim, I can teach my children all the no's on the level of yes, you know? You see, on Mount Sinai, God taught us, no, don't kill. On Purim, I say, yes, don't kill, you know? And on Sinai, God says, don't work on Shabbos. No, it's not permitted. On Purim, I say, yes, it's not permitted to work on Shabbos. You know, everything is yes. Every word is yes. Every word is this. So you know, Gewalt. It's so deep. You know what idol worship is? Not that I don't believe in God. Maimonides makes it very clear. Idol worship does not mean that I don't believe in God. Idol worship means that I'm also serving somebody else. We all are pagans, you know. I hate to say it. You know, the Hakodesh says, if I'm sitting at the table Friday night, and I really like the soup. I would like to ask for a second plate. But then I think, I want people to think I'm holy, so I better don't ask for it. I'm a pagan. I'm a coarse pagan. Well, let the kitten stay, darling. Listen, friends, that's it. But let's have a little peace, okay? Because we're in the middle of learning. Okay. Listen, darling, come better here, okay? Come sit next to me, okay? Yeah, so sweet. Love you, come on.
What are you doing?
You want to sit on my lap? Okay, darling. Okay, friends, let's be quiet. Okay? You know, it's heartbreaking to think this way. Unless I'm absolutely clear and that there was only one God and nothing else, I'm a pagan. But it's very, very hard to reach that level, because I'm always in the way. Everything else is in the way. Purim, I have no trouble. And now listen to this. How do I know my level of paganism? Because in the same way as there was paganism between me and God, there's also paganism between me and my friends. Right? You know, a lot of times I'd like very much to love my friends, so I say to my friends, okay, I love you, but listen, I'm also here, right? You think you're my only friend I have? I have other friends. This is pagan friendship. Let me tell you something very deep, friends. The Torah does not say love the whole world. The Torah says love the person who's standing next to you. You know what that means? When someone talks to you, concentrate on this one. Love this one person right now. Nobody asks you to love everybody forever and ever. Right this minute, love them. It's a very deep thing, which most people don't do. And you know what it is? If while you're talking to one person you think of another person, it's paganism, pagan friendship. Right? Because while you're talking to this one person, why do you think of somebody else? Right? I'm thinking of God, and I'm also thinking money is also important. You know, God, you're strong, but money is also important. I talk to Moshe, I say, listen, Moshe, you're really special, but Abraham is also special. I'm not denying, but why are you talking to Moshe? Purim, the holiness of Purim is I'm giving gifts to my friends. You know what it means? While I'm thinking of you, it's just you. You're the only person in the world. Got to send you a gift. But now listen to this. Then I have to send a gift to somebody else, also on the same level. Then I tell you one more thing. You know why we don't give money to poor people? Because we say, you think you're the only poor person in the world? I cannot feed all the poor anyway, so you might as well starve to death. On Purim, I see a poor man. He's the only poor man I have ever seen. And it's very strong. You have to give to two poor people. You must give to two, because the acid test is, how do you treat the next poor man? I say, listen, there was already a poor man before you here. Good, that's good for Yom Kippur, not on Purim. On Purim, just this one poor man. Just want to share one more thing with you, and we have to change it. Say goodbye to each other a little bit. You remember Reb Nachman says there was long years and long days. We're learning in the Chassidus all over the place. Arichas Yomim, Leman Yarichun Yemerchu, your days should be long. It doesn't mean you should, I bless everybody they should live 1,000 years, but this is not the point. The point is long days. You know what long days means? That I should do every day what I have to do in this day. Long day. Most of us, sadly enough, our problem is short days. We're doing 1 billionth still in the day what we're supposed to do. Right? Heartbreaking. Life passes by so fast. You know, the old Rebbe died, not so old, and his son was telling about him, he says, did my father have Arichas Yomim? God, my father had such long days. So one says, but he didn't get so old. He says, I'm not talking about years, I'm talking about days. You know. My father did everything he had to do in this world. You know what we get in Purim? You know what we're drawing upon ourselves? The holiness of long days. You know what long days is? First of all, if every minute I would know this is the 1 minute I have, gewalt would I live. If everything I have to do now is the only thing I have to do, if I would get out of this paganism, of this two-ness, and besides something else, you know what it means to dance and to clap hands? That means it's final. It's final. Let me tell you something very strong. A girl will come to me and she says, you know, I'm getting married in 4 weeks. I don't feel like dancing. She tells me, you know, right now I'm inviting you to my wedding. Come, I'll dance. Why didn't I dance 4 weeks ago? It was also I was sure she's getting married. And I know she will eventually getting married 4 weeks, but she told me, does it make that much of a difference? But the answer is, you know when you dance? When it came down into this world, when it's final, right? It's mamashir. Right? You talk about it, you plan it, I know it'll happen, it doesn't turn me on. You know? If someone tells me, listen, I'll send you $1 million by mail, I'm not dancing yet, I'll be happy. And I get $1 million in my hands, I'll dance. Right? I'll tell you something. On Mount Sinai, God gave us a torah, but we had it like on a promised level. On Purim, we say, Rabbeinu Shlomo, I want it down on this world. Dancing like mad. And if everything is clear to me on this final level, then my days are so long. Because I know always exactly what I have to do at this moment. Everything is in order. And everything is just so good. Everything is so good. You see, I can say, no, there is no other God. I can say, yes, there's only one God, you know. Purim, I'm just knowing there's only one God. Let me tell you something. Imagine I walk into a room, there are hundreds of people, and I want to call one. I don't say, hey, whom do you mean? I got to say, Moshe L'chaim, L'yanka, L'chama, L'rivka, you know, whom do you mean? But there's only one person in the room, I say, hey, whom else does I mean? This person, right? Listen to this, friends. You know why God needs a name? Because there's so many other gods. So you better tell which God you're talking about, right? Purim, God's name is not mentioned in the Megillah. You know why? There's only one God. Don't have to say any names. There's only one God, right? Vayehi is God, Bimei is God, Achashverosh is God, Mordechai is God, Esther is God, Haman is God, everything is God. There's nothing else. What's happening there? Hello. want to share something very strong with you. We learned it a lot of times. There are certain things that could also not be. Thank God they did happen. But imagine if you're on that level, it couldn't be anything else. Let's put it this way. There are some people, it so happens they keep Shabbos. They also could not keep Shabbos. Let me ask you, can you imagine the Baal Shem Tov not keeping Shabbos? No, it's not. It so happens that the Baal Shem Tov kept Shabbos, right? It's just impossible, right? The Baal Shem Tov is Shabbos, right? There are a lot of people, whatever they do, it so happens they're doing it. Purim is on the level, it couldn't be any other way. Because there was only one way, right? There was nothing else. There is nothing else. You know, if I have a friend, but we could also not be friends, so I'm happy you're my friend. But if it's not possible, I had to be your friend, I better give you a gift, right? How could I not be your friend? You see, Haman thought that he can wipe out the Jews. Because he thought a Jew is on the level. It so happens that there are Jews in the world. So unhappen them, right? But Purim, suddenly we realized it's God's world, right? And we are God's people. It's not, it so happens that we're here. We are here. You know what evil is telling you? It could also be another way. That's the only thing evil is telling you. You really think you have to live a good life? You can also live a bad life. Purim, so much oneness. Can't be any other way. And I'll tell you something very, very deep. We talked about it so often. You know why parents and children don't get along so much sometimes? Because, you know, it's possible, God forbid, I shouldn't have children. And it's also possible I could have another baby. I had this baby. Mazel tov, it's sweet. But imagine if it could never be that this baby should let me buy a baby. Different kind of relationship. Purim is v'doy v'sholom l'chol zara. Listen to this. When I disguise myself, imagine suddenly I'll walk in straight like a lulav with a tie and with like, God forbid, take a shave. You know, the Mukatcher Rebbe, when he saw a man shave and without hurting anybody's feelings here, he would walk up and say, you know, you look like your mother. Because God created a man to have a beard. But so please, those who shave, please don't bang at me. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Just a Purim Dick joke. Anyway, now listen to this. I'm getting some Purim Dick ready. What did I want to say? What were we talking about? What were we talking about? What? What? Yeah, I wanted to say something. Oh, when I disguise myself. Or imagine I'll walk in and I'll look like the president of Temple Emmanuel. It's possible, right? Why is it a disguise? Because it is possible I could be somebody else also, right? So I have to tell them, you know, I'm not the one I disguise myself to. I really am what I am. But imagine if I couldn't be anything else but what I am. So it's not a disguise, it's just cute, it's a joke, right? It's not a disguise. If you know Purim, you walk around to disguise yourself. And you show the world, you know, I couldn't be anything but what I am. Couldn't be anything else. I can put myself on garments like I don't know what. I couldn't be anything else, right? I'm a Yidele. There's one God. There's one friend. So holy, so gewalt, so special. So special. Anyway, get Yom Tov, friends, get Yom Tov, get Yom Tov. We should have a good Purim, and we should taste the holiness of Purim, the holiness of dancing, the holiness of clapping in your hands. Sometimes I come to a wedding, I'm sure you too, and there was no joy. Sometimes you come to a wedding and it blows your mind. You know what it depends upon? Very simple. If he could have married somebody else, and she could also marry somebody else, it so happens they got married. You say Mazel Tov, and someone says, hey, clap. It just doesn't go, Someone says, dance like mad, like to, I have to. It just doesn't. But if it couldn't be any other way, I look at the couple, I like, Gewalt, right? They must have met a Mount Sinai, where else, So I danced like mad, right? Because it couldn't be any other way. It couldn't be any other way. So just remember, friends, on Yom Kippur, there could be another way, but I know about this way, I want to do it. Purim, there's only one way. There's only one God. There's only one torah. And the torah gets into my bones so deep. You see, if there are many ways, then if I want to know the way, I have to read a book. Well, if there's only one way, I can get drunk and I'll still know the way. So Purim, I don't open a book. I'm drinking, giving gifts to friends, walking around, giving money to the poor, sitting and eating like a dog. In the middle I get up and dance like mad, clap like mad, eat some more, drink like more, get up again, dance like mad. Because there's only one way. There's only one thing in the world. So good Yom Tov, friends. Good Yom Tov, good Yom Tov. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon, and even sooner. How could it be otherwise, right? Yom Tov, thank you.